Hello students, so welcome back to the next discussion session for English questions. So we have the first instruction given to you clearly on the board. So whenever you get such questions, always remember before you start with answering the questions or choosing the correct answer, the first thing you will do is read the instructions given before the set of questions. Okay, so do not jump into conclusion and choose the wrong answer. The best technique is to read the instructions carefully before you start with your solving the questions. Okay. Now, for example, the first set of questions where we have the description given very clearly, like what is the, or else you have to choose a pair which is the best matching pair. For example, the first one is given, the first pair is given as argument and debate. See, you might have at least once in a life, you might have either witnessed or seen, okay, seen a debate competition, or else you might have participated. So what do we have in a debate is a kind of, not a kind of, it is actually an argument. Okay, so in that sense, it is a perfect matching words coming together, the set which we have as sample. The same way, here the best matching pair where we have the two words which has a strong connection is the second pair, fight and contest. You fight for something to gain something, you compete. So here contest means it's a kind of competition. So in that sense, the second one is correct. And why the other options have gone wrong? The reason is violence and peace are not matching pairs but opposites. Okay, two extremes. Opponents and challenge, abuse and scold, similar in meaning but not abusing, scolding. Abusing is a strong way of scolding, but it's not that matching, or the best pair that you have to choose is from the following, that is the second one. Okay. Now coming to the next question, myth, story. What exactly is a myth? The definition or the meaning of myth is a story. So in the same way, you have to find out the meaning of something, exact meaning of something from these pairs. Okay. Take the case of the first one, fiction is not reality. Okay, so that is not to be used. Then second is bonnet and hat. Actually, bonnet means it's not the bonnet of the vehicle, but here, like if you go and search for this word in the dictionary, you may find that one of the meanings given for this word bonnet is like in early centuries, the hat, the English men, women who wore hat, it's called bonnet. Okay, the hats of ladies, they wore it in early centuries, 16th and 17th centuries, and that is what I call hat. So this is the exact meaning. So this is the correct answer. Then pencil paper, it's not the meaning. The novel is not just any tale. If you refer to the word, this novel, the meaning of the word novel, it means that it's a long narrative prose. Okay, it is fictitious, it's a long narrative prose. It's not a tale. If you call it as a tale, it could be a long tale, long story, or a short story. So that will not give you the clear meaning. So in that sense, all other options cannot be chosen. You have to choose only the same meaning, exact meaning, and that is bonnet. Okay. Now coming to the next question, third question, dishonesty means distrust. So same way, here we have loyalty means trust. So if dishonesty is distrust, so what is trust? Loyalty. So in that sense, it is the third option which is the correct answer. Other options, hand and paper, is in no way matching with each other. Then money and pickpocket. Okay, connected but not strongly related. Then murder, jail, but then the exact one, exactly like the pair given on the top for the question is, the one you require is the third option, loyalty is trust, just like dishonesty is distrust. Okay. Then coming to the fourth question, urge, insist, almost similar. We have to go for a word or a pair which is similar in meaning, or else a strong connection between the two words. Okay. So in that sense, request and deny, it's again opposite, not related or not synonyms. Okay. Then plead and beg is the correct match. To plead with somebody means you beg for something. You beg with a person for something is what I call pleading with a person. So in that sense, the exact meaning of pleading means begging. So this, just like urge means to insist, the exact meaning of urge means to insist. So in the same way, the exact meaning of plead is to beg. Other words or other pairs, it's not the same meaning. It's not the same connection as we have in the instruction part. Okay. Now the next one is, here also do not jump into conclusion, you just go through each and every pair to get the correct answer. Like here, the pair is poison and death. You poison something, you give poison to something, and that results in death. Poison, if medical care is not given, it results in death. Same way, elixir means life. Elixir means to give life. Poison is to put an end to life, and you give death, giving poison. You give life, giving elixir. Elixir actually is a medicinal potion, or else it's a nectar of life. Okay, it's life saver, or else not life saver just like medicines, but something which gives you life, eternal youth and everlasting life. So in that sense, the best connected pair is elixir, life. Life and famine, no connections. Okay, not similar to what you have as sample pair. Medicine and health. Medicine always, you can't say for sure that medicine always guarantees health. It depends. Okay, so sometimes if the medicine is appropriate for your body, it may provide you with health, but not actually guaranteed. But then, just like poison results in death, no doubt. Okay, exactly likewise, elixir would give you life, no doubt. So in that sense, this is the matching pair, which is the best suitable answer for this particular question. Okay. Now, sixth question is, directions are given from question number 6 to 10. In the following question, a sentence is divided into 4 parts, and you have to find out the part which has got an error. All right. Now, coming to the sixth question, the first of its kind. His movies achieves what the best fairy tales don't or do not. So it's not in jumbled way. It is in the correct order itself. You do not have to rearrange it. It's just that one of these parts has gone wrong. Okay, so you have to choose which part. Now, his movies achieves what? So obviously it will be this part which has gone wrong. Why? Because see, movies means plural. Okay, so his movies, the subject here is his movies. So subject here is plural. So verb, it should be achieve, not achieves. So that subject verb agreement, that is the rule applicable here. Okay, so it should have been like this. His movies achieve, not achieves. Okay, so this, if you change this word into achieve, the whole sentence will be corrected. All right. Next is, it may take at least a generation to change their perception. I guess most of you have got this answer correct. See, it is very much visible. The error is very much visible. It may take at least a generation. See here, generation is given in plural. So obviously with plural word, we do not use a. Okay, you have to omit a and you simply say generations if you want to make generations plural. So using a and using a plural for the word will not be in match with each other. So in that sense, you have to correct it like this. It may take at least a generation. So strike this off and then you will be getting the answer. Okay. Next is, neither America or Europe is that eager to press the bottom. Here, you can correct this sentence or you can find errors in any of these parts. In 2 parts that you may spot the error or you can correct accordingly. I'll tell you how it is. Either you can say either or neither nor. Okay, so here, either you can correct this sentence like either America. Here, if this part is to be corrected, make it as either. Okay, either America or Europe is that eager to press the bottom, so automatically the rest will be correct. In the same way, this part also could be corrected as, if you don't want to correct this part, correction could be made in second part, second option, where neither America nor Europe. So in that sense, the choice here is both first and second parts could be corrected and answer is given accordingly. So both first and second parts. Okay. Next is, that means if you choose the first part or second part, it will be equally correct. Now, being fluent in 4 languages, he thinks and writes about architecture in English. The same thing, the same rule is applicable. subject verb agreement. Okay, so here being fluent in 4 languages, he means singular person, one person. So it should be things. Verb should be plural, things, not think. With plural like subject, it should be think. So here he means singular subject, so it must be things, THINKS. So how will you correct this? This part is wrong. So you just need to add S to things and then it will be corrected. So this C, or sorry, not C, but third option has gone wrong. Now the next is, see, a small spelling mistake is there, but that is not the part which has gone wrong. Here, a printing mistake. Okay, so this should be agreed, EED. So this part is right. It's just a printing mistake. You will be getting it corrected. Okay. Now, Sandra agreed that the government could not constitutionally, okay, adjective, not constitutional. So this part is wrong. Okay, so this part is wrong. Make it constitutionally and this sentence will get corrected. Okay. Now next set of questions where you have to fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions. So every time you have a set of questions where you need to choose the exact preposition which is required for the fill in the blanks or the set of questions. Okay. Now here, keep, it's a phrase. It's a phrasal verb or it's a phrase. Okay, it's a phrasal verb. Keep dash, he said, don't come any nearer. Okay, so nearer. So the meaning is, suppose somebody approaches you with a kind of motive, negative or a dangerous motive. What do you tell him or her? Keep back. Don't approach me. Don't come closer. Keep back. So in that sense, it is said, keep back, because the clue to your answer is the second part of the sentence where it is clearly mentioned, do not come any nearer. It shows that is very much clear, like somebody is approaching with a kind of evil intention. So that is why a kind of warning or a kind of like a strong command is given, keep yourself away from me. That is the meaning. Okay. So keep back means stay away from me. Do not come closer. Okay. Suppose if you use other options like keep on means continue. Keep up the good spirit. Okay. Promote or keep up. Then keep out, keep yourself out of this affair. But then when somebody comes closer to you physically, you can say keep back. That means step back. That's the meaning. Okay. So the answer is this one, keep back. Next, I told the children to keep dash the room that was being painted. See, you might get the answer reading all the options, or automatically you'll be getting the answer without any trouble, right? So, like, suppose if instruction is given to a person or a group of people not to go to that room because maybe renovation work is going on, how will you say that using the same phrase or with the word keep? See, I told the children to keep out of the room. Keep yourself out of this room, out of this affair, away from this. That's the meaning. Okay. Just check with other prepositions. Keep on means to continue, I said. Keep up, same meaning. We have discussed that before. So almost similar options that we had for the previous question. But keep yourself out of the room means do not enter this room. That is the meaning. Okay. So this is the correct answer. Next is, he had an unhappy childhood and he never looks dash on it with any pleasure. See, sometimes when you do not want to go back to your past since it is connected with unpleasant memories, this is a phrase most applicable. Okay. So this way you will learn a few phrasal verbs which you can use in your everyday conversation, right? So he had an unhappy childhood. That means something about his past. And he never looks back on it with any pleasure. So he never looks on it, because one on is already given, right? Up on it is wrong. Out on it do not come together. Back on it means not going to the past. Okay, so he never goes to those past bitter memories. That is the meaning. So This is the correct answer. Next is, she looked dash to see who was following her. You walk and you have a feeling that somebody is following you. What do? You just turn back, right? Same thing. She looked back. Not she looked on or looked up, looked out. Okay? Instead, look back. Especially the clue is here given, somebody was following her. Somebody was following her, that means coming from her back. So obviously she will turn back, right? So in that sense, this is the correct answer. Always remember, if you read the questions twice or thrice, you will be getting maximum clues from the question itself, so that you can choose the correct answer. You will not get confused. Now, next is question number 15. This is a very familiar expression for which no doubt you will be getting the correct answer. Am I right? So here I have been looking, of course, looking for a cup to match the one that I broke. Okay. Or else I have been looking for a groom, I have been looking for a bride, I have been searching for him. That here looking for means searching for. So in that sense, looking for is applicable, not looking on or looking up or looking out. Instead, looking for. To search for something is always looking for. So here it is, of course, searching. Okay. Now, the next set of questions from 16 to 20. Here, choose the words or phrases which best complete the sentences. Rely on the choice that would complete the meaning of the sentence. That means read the entire sentence given in the question part so that you will be getting the exact answer. Everybody. So here sometimes you have to refer to grammatical rules to get the correct answer. Just like how it is shown on for the first question or this question number 16. Everybody dash a ticket should stand in line. Okay. So always remember, this is where we go wrong sometimes. Like sometimes a few things which we are not that familiar with. Everyone or everybody, these are actually used as singular. Okay, singular, not plural. All is plural. But everybody, everyone, each one, these are singular terms. So in that sense, everybody dash a ticket should not stand in line. So everybody who have not purchased have. This have is not to be used because this is singular. So this is wrong, or this cannot be chosen. Who has not bring, has not brought, not bring. So in that sense, this also cannot be chosen. So it leaves out two more options. Who has not, there is no verb there. So this also cannot be taken. So that leaves the correct answer for us. That is option number C. Who has not purchased a ticket should stand in line or stand in queue. So always remember, when you come across the terms like everyone, everybody, it should be taken as like singular, not plural. Only then you will be getting the answer for this question. So in that sense, this question should go like this. The sentence should go like this. Everybody who has not purchased a ticket should stand in line. Okay. Next is 17th question. Here also a thin line of difference. I'll tell you how it is. A number of applicants dash interviewed. All right. So here a number of applicants, you understand this expression or this sentence thoroughly. A number, another example is a number of students. Okay. So actually we have this word number and we have another keyword students. Okay, so if it is, suppose this question is, instead of A, if it is given as the number, that means the prominence should be given to the word number, which is singular. So the number of students is or has should have been the answer. Okay, but here since it is not the given, instead it is a given in the question part. So here the prominence should be given to the word students, not to the word number. So since students is plural, the best option or the grammatically correct option to be chosen is have been interviewed. Have been, not has been. See, are already been interviewed? No. A number of applicants have been, are already been. Instead of that, the possible answer is appropriate, most appropriate. You have to choose the most appropriate. Okay, have been, not who have been, because who have been interviewed means it would become an incomplete sentence. That doesn't get a completion. And then has cannot be used because, as it is said, since it is a given before the word number, the prominence goes to the word students, which is plural. So it should have been have been. Okay. And if it is the number, instead of a number, if it is given as the number, give importance to the word number. And since it is singular, you can choose has. Okay. So keep that in mind when you come across such questions. Okay. So the correct option is have been. Now, 18th question. The more he shouted. Of course, it's a kind of expression which matches with the exact connecting link, isn't it? Just like we say either, with either, we always have to go for or. Either or, neither nor. Not only, but also. Same way, the more, the less. So, obviously, only one word or one option is given where you have this expression, the less. So, this is the correct answer. And other things, if you match it with the first part of the sentence, it would go wrong. It won't make a sensible choice. Okay. The more he shouted, the less he achieved. All right. Now, next is Anil entered college. Again, it is very much obvious if you read all the options without any particular explanation that you will be getting the answer. Anil entered college when he had 16 years. We never say that when he had, as you something that you possess each and every year. No, this cannot be chosen. Then when 16 years were his ago, of course, no connection, grammatically wrong, not logical. So this is wrong. Then at the age of 16 is the correct answer. At 16 years or 16 years ago should have been the correct answer. But here at 16 years age is a wrong usage. So how will you complete the sentence? Anil entered college at the age of 16. Okay. This is very easy, right? Now, having finished dinner. Having finished dinner. So it is that gerund form, having finished. So having finished dinner, how will you complete and to make it a compound sentence? Having last time also you had a same type of question where you remember the rules to make a compound sentence where we have two clauses. It's actually a kind of clause. Okay, it's an example of clause where we have two clauses. One is subordinate and one is the main clause. So here, since it is subordinate clause, you have to complete with the main clause, and the main clause, the only available main clause sensible here is the first one. Having finished dinner, the elders retired to bed. Others will not make it a clause. Okay. Next is the solution to, see here a blank number, 1, 2, 3, those are the numbering given for the blanks, but you can take it as 1 for 21, 2 for 22. In that way, we can discuss to understand in a better way. Okay, it's fill in the blanks. Paragraph form, passage form, fill in the blanks. The solution to many dash problems of present day. Many dash, what kind of problem? Baffling, confusing problem, not squabbling or nibbling or bring. These are not the words to be used to describe problems. Baffling means confusing. So confusing problems. So in that sense, the first option is the correct match for the first blank. This is blank number 21. Okay. Then next is 22. Again, you can see this next option. A challenge. India in different fields, a challenging task to be dashed within the lifetime of a generation. Dash within the lifetime. Not to complete, but accomplish. Something that you achieve. See, you tackle problem and you achieve something and that becomes accomplished, not to complete. It's not a task given to you which needs to be completed. Instead, see the first, it's all connected, right? So sometimes to get answer for the second blank, you have to read the entire thing again. Like the solution to many baffling problems of present day India in different fields, a challenging task to be accomplished. That means not to just completing, but completing with success. So completing with success is the exact meaning of accomplished. If you simply just completed means somehow you completed, whether it was with success or not, that you can't say for sure. So with success, the sensible word will be accomplished. Okay. Then the next blank, most obviously will make many demands dash the youth on the youth, or if instead of on, if it is upon the youth also is equally correct, but since we do not have any option like upon here, on or upon equally correct. Not in the youth or for the youth or at the youth, but on the youth. Okay. Then on the youth, who are to dash leadership of the nation. So here sometimes you may be a little bit confused and you will have a feeling that why can't we take this as the option? All right, like where you read the sentence like this, to deeper understanding of the problems, who are to take leadership of the nation. Actually, take up. If take is to be used, one preposition also should be added. No preposition given the option. So this cannot be taken. And the correct option may confuse you a little bit. Actually, the correct option is assume. See, normally when we hear the word assume, the meaning that comes to our mind for assume is to guess something. I assume, assumptions or guessing out something. But there is one more meaning given for the word assume, and that is to take up responsibilities. Okay, to take up a position or to take responsibility. So in that sense, assume is the correct answer, not take. With take, you need one preposition. So this assume is the correct answer. Okay. Leadership of the nation coming years. Students have a deeper understanding of the problems, of course, facing the country. Meaning the problems that the country is facing. Okay. Problems that the country is facing. That is the meaning. All right. Now, last blank is, remember, without hard and sustained work, dedicated, dash and fervor. Okay. Dedicated, this seal, wheel, fervor is already given. Zeal, enthusiasm. So this is the correct answer. What you need is enthusiasm and hard work to attain all these goals. That is the meaning of this sentence. Okay. Next is next set of questions 27 to 30, where you have to choose the feminine gender of the given word. Feminine gender. I guess this is a very silly one. Even small kids also know this. Peacock, of course, peahen. Cock, hen, peacock, peahen. Okay. Next is gander. It's the feminine form of goose. So this is the answer. Why isn't it geese? Actually, geese means plural of goose. So goose is the correct answer. Then lord, lady. Feminine form is lady. Then, of course, this one, monk, nun. Monk, nun. It's like priest, nun. Priest, priestess, nun. Both. Okay, now, next set of questions where we have choose, you have to choose the best options. That means phrasal verbs or idioms are given and you have to choose the best option to give or convey the exact meaning. Sometimes to complete it. Okay, so that depends upon the nature of the questions which are coming up. So here, level-headed. Whom do you call a level-headed person? Level-headed, balanced, right? So in that sense, sensible and reasonable. It's a compliment given to a person. If you call a person level-headed, that means he is balanced, he knows how to tackle with situations, he is practical, he is sensible, logical enough to understand the situation and tackle with it. Okay. Not plain-headed, not wild person, not intractable, but the person, it's a compliment that a person who is really sensible and who can find out reasonable solutions for each problem. Next is cliche. It's not glitch, but cliche. Okay, you might have come across this word in movies sometimes. It's a cliche dialogue, usual dialogue. So, a typical dialogue. So, cliche means an overused phrase or idea. All lovers say, I love you. Overused expression, isn't it? So, this is the exact meaning of the word cliche. Then paradox, in class 12th also you might have come across this. It's actually a literary device, paradox. We use it as a literary device. Paradox means something which comes as contradictory in meaning. You say something, what happens is, or is just the opposite. Or you say something, you act in opposite way, but it's a reality. So paradoxical means self-contradictory but true. Something which you say but happens is contradictory to what you say. Okay. Then foray means actually not to make advances or to build a road or to have an appetizer. It's totally a word to be used. A short raid or a sudden attack. It could be physical attack, sudden attack, or else it could even be like a sudden raid or a sudden, searching for something suddenly also is raid is proper way. So a sudden attack or sudden raid. Raid, something unexpected, that is the meaning. Okay. Impart means to give or bestow. To give something. Impart knowledge. Give knowledge. Okay. Not to be invisible, not to satisfy yourself or to be partial, but to give. Usually we use impart with education. Impart education, impart knowledge to means that you bestow or else you give education. You have to choose leave, depart, fire, move. Which one is the odd one out? Alright. So leave, to leave means to depart or to move from one place to another, right? You leave this place means you move from this place and you go to another place. So in that sense, fire is not a matching word. This is the odd one out. So this is the answer. The next is attention, apathy, awareness, vigilance. Attention, awareness, vigilance, all connected. Apathy means having no feeling at all, completely detached, completely indifferent. So indifference is apathy. So this is the odd one out. Other words have similarity in meaning, to be attentive or to be aware or to be vigilant, almost connected or similar in meaning. Next is blush, sanguine, inky. All these are expressions, but scarlet is the color. So this is the odd one out. Next, fortune, treasure, mandatory, riches. Obviously, you'll be getting the odd one out. Fortune, treasure, riches, all connected with wealth. But mandatory is the odd one out, which means something which is important. A mandatory rule to be followed. That means an important rule to be followed. So, mandatory simply means something important and other things are connected with wealth. Next is row, bicker, argue, blow. To have row means a kind of fight, argument or fight. Argue, row, bicker. Bicker also is argument. So, row, bicker, argument, it's all connected with each other, means similar in meaning. But blow means to slap, physical action, not argument. So, here 41 to 43 idioms. Complete the idioms. Okay, complete the following idioms. This is a very familiar one. Early bird catches the worm. Not germ or jelly or jam. Next is to grease someone's palms, not motor or engine. Then to get your act together. These are all idioms. So you cannot choose any other word. It's not the best matching pair to be chosen, but the exact idiom to be used. And idioms are not actually word meaning to be attributed, right? So here to get your act together means to act or else to act sensibly or in a proper way. To act in a proper way. The next is 44 to 45. Identify the correctly spelled word. So for this, I don't think you need an explanation. Three words are wrongly spelled. One is the correct form of the same. This is the correct form. First one, effervescent. Then next is recommendation, M-M-E-N. Then 46th is passage-based question. Actually, passage-based questions are all straight questions. This time also straight questions, but read the passage at least twice to get the exact answer. Okay. What issues does Martin Luther King's speech address? So to get the answer, go to the first paragraph. See, in which he calls for, okay, what are the issues? He speaks about, or his intention is, he calls for an end to racism in US and call for civil and economic rights. So what issue is being raised? Not continuation of racism, not just about civil rights or civil war, but what does he want, or what message is conveyed to end racism and to call for civil and economic rights. So this answer based on the first paragraph. The next is, what pushes King to speak I Have a Dream? I Have a Dream is actually the title of this Martin Luther King's speech. It's famous with that title. Okay. So what actually prompted him to speak this? Options are given. He reads out means he quotes, not being pushed by. Then he is prompted by Mahila Jackson. He is overwhelmed by the crowd. Lincoln has asked him to give the speech. No, actually it's the second option. I'll tell you how it is. Going back to the passage. See here, the second paragraph. He improvised the theme I Have a Dream, prompted by Mahila Jackson's cry. See, so he's being prompted by Mahila Jackson's cry, or he's being prompted by Mahila Jackson. So that is the correct option. The next is, from the last paragraph, give one word for to leave. So here, without even going back to the paragraph, you may get the answer. So to leave means to depart. So it's departed. Not proclamation, improvised address, but depart. Next is, what is the name of Martin Luther King's famed speech? So this particular speech, sometimes for declamation competition, all this is a very famous speech which many students use or contestants use. So this speech in history is known as, or known under the title, I Have a Dream. Okay, of course he quoted something from Emancipation Proclamation, but the exact title of this, if you have any doubt, I'll tell you how it is. See, going back to the passage, I Have a Dream is a public speech delivered by. So the very first sentence tells you that I Have a Dream is a title given for that public speech given by Martin Luther King. So that is the clue to your answer. All right. Now, coming to the last question, question number 50. In front of whom does King or Martin Luther King speak? Is it the civil rights supporters or his friends? Is it a group of his friends? No. Is it in front of Lincoln? No. Is it in front of just Negro? It's not anything about racism alone. It's about civil rights also, right? So in that sense, the civil rights supporters, he spoke these words, or he spoke in front of the civil rights supporters. So this is the correct answer. For passage, I don't think it was that difficult, because all these answers were very straight, very plain, and you just need to read the passage at least twice to get the answer, right? So hope you might have scored good marks. Hope this explanation is more than enough for you to understand the errors which you might have committed, but it was comparatively easier paper compared to the first two. So anyways, good luck for the next test, and remember the words, remember the rules, especially grammatical rules. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you.